Howdy, howdy.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. Hope you had a great birthday.
I did, thank you.
And happy homecoming week to you guys. It's also homecoming week for us here at Velma Jackson, but we know it's a big time homecoming week down there in Hattiesburg. And thank you
Awesome.
for adjusting your schedule today to join us. We got a room full here at Velma Jackson High School. Also recording this for our friends at Ridgeland High School, Madison Central, and Germantown. And we got some
Awesome.
great questions we're going to get to as well. But I'll let you take it away. And we just got through watching several of the videos that, and Southern Miss has done a great job updating those with COVID and stuff. So we just got some good stuff. And then I also appreciate you adjusting your schedule for after Hurricane Ida as well. Um,
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
so take it away, Madison, and let us know about Southern Miss.
Perfect. Are you good if I go ahead and share my
Yeah, go
screen?
ahead.
Awesome. I just have a little PowerPoint that we can go to, and I can also answer any questions that
Sure.
anyone has as well. All right. So I'm good to just go ahead and get started.
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Madison Crimm, and I'm y'all's Southern Miss Admissions Counselor. I'm really excited to be here. I am originally from Atlanta, Georgia, but I graduated from Southern Miss in May of 2020 and have lived in Hattiesburg ever since, working as an admissions counselor. So I am pretty familiar with Southern Miss. My granddad graduated from Southern Miss, so I wanted to continue the legacy in that way. Today, I'm just going to be going over some things about Southern Miss and giving you some information about what you would see at a typical tour so we can bring Southern Miss to you. But if you do have any questions, feel free to let me know. So this first part is just going to show a little bit about Southern Miss by the numbers. So we were founded in 1910 as a teachers college. And since then, we've continued just producing awesome teachers. I'll talk about that a little later about all of the majors that we offer. But we did begin in 1910 and just celebrated our 111th year, or I guess, yeah, 111th year. So really pleased about that. We do have approximately 15,000 students on campus, but we are located on a 1 square mile campus. So we have a really big student population, but we kind of offer the best of both worlds since we are that medium-sized institution. And then we also, with that, offer 120 different academic degree programs, which I'll go over. So we do have 4 academic colleges. The first college is going to be the College of Arts and Sciences. This is our biggest college. And with each of the colleges, I'm going to also go over a couple of the really points of pride that we have with the different colleges. So for the College of Arts and Sciences, we are one of only 36 public institutions that's accredited in all 4 areas of the arts. So if you're interested in anything like visual arts, theater, music, or dance, then Southern Miss is going to be an awesome place for you. We also are part of groundbreaking research on things like football helmets, blue crab hatcheries, oil spills, dolphins, lots of things like that. We are Research One University, which means that we have high research activity. So if you're interested in getting undergraduate research experience while you're in college, then we can definitely provide that for you. The next college that we have is the College of Business and Economic Development. We are a top-rated business school, and we're also one of only 5% of business schools nationwide that's accredited in both business and accounting. So as a business student, you're going to get awesome exposure to internships and job opportunities after graduation. I'm part of the MBA program right now and have loved learning a lot about the business world. And so it's a great place for students who want to pursue business or accounting, merchandising, marketing, anything like that, we offer at Southern Miss. The College of Nursing and Health Professions is the next. We actually have a really awesome nursing program at Southern Miss. We graduate the highest number of nursing students in the state of Mississippi and also offer a 100% job placement rate within 6 months of graduation. We just got a brand new nursing building that was just completed about a year or 2 ago. And they have basically on the top floor, which this is a picture from one of the simulation labs, but as a nursing student, you have access to this huge simulation lab on the 3rd floor, where basically you enter it and it's like you're in a hospital. So students get really confident about pushing an IV or learning how to take blood or read vitals before they actually work on real humans. So it's an awesome opportunity for our nursing students. And then finally, we have the College of Education and Human Sciences. And here you can gain different hands-on training with having campus centers and our clinics, special projects. So you're going to be really well prepared as an educator. Also, our School of Psychology is a really awesome program as well. We are one of the only departments across the country that's accredited in all major departments of psychology. So when you think of like brain and behavior psychology, clinical psychology, counseling psychology, or school counseling, we have all of those programs here at Southern Miss. So as an undergraduate student in psychology, you can really expand your knowledge and go to anywhere that you want to after graduation, whether that's pursuing a graduate degree or going right into the field.
Yeah, and we have 3 teachers here at Velma Jackson that are Southern Miss alums, and we're proud of it.
Awesome, absolutely. So we also have a really awesome opportunity called the Honors College, and these are for students who want to be academically challenged while they're in their undergraduate career and also graduate with that graduate level thesis. So it's really awesome opportunity for students who want to apply to med school or professional school, or even just take that to the job field. Students who have an ACT score of a 27 and a 3.5 GPA can apply to the Honors College. And it also gives us not $20,000, a $2,000 scholarship per year with that. And it'll also put you in a pool. If you have a 30 ACT or above, it'll put you in a pool for our presidential and discovery scholarship opportunities that are what we consider our full ride opportunities. This is a little bit about our student life at Southern Miss. So like I said earlier, we do have 15,000 students on campus. So we offer students a really vibrant student experience. We do have 17 Division I sports teams. So those are football, baseball, basketball, anything like that. We are really excited about our homecoming game this week for football. And so as an undergraduate, well, really just as a student at Southern Miss, you get into all home sporting events for free. So you just have to download the ticket to your phone, and then you can show that at the gate and you can get free access to all of the home games that we have. We also have 220 different student organizations. So those range from really big organizations like fraternity and sorority life, or if you want to become an Eagle Connection, like student tour guide member, if you want to be part of intramurals. We have an awesome intramurals team for students who want to be part of that and kind of be active. And then we also have a lot of different major specific clubs and organizations as well. So there are a ton of things to do on campus, and we definitely hope that students get really involved while they're here at Southern Miss.
And I can experience, because I was involved in intramurals when I was in Southern Miss, and that led
awesome.
and that experience working there and being involved in that not only made me friends, but it also got me a full scholarship to grad school at LSU.
That's awesome.
It was because of the rec sports, it's now campus rec program at Southern Miss.
Yeah.
Mark Kroger over there does a great job at Southern Miss at the Pain Center. So that is a very good organization to be involved in. It can lead to a lot of things.
Absolutely. And they're really fun. You don't really necessarily have to be athletic to join them, but it's a really fun way to be active and learn new sports or
That's
do
a great
anything
campus
like
job
that.
as well.
Absolutely. They're our biggest student employer.
Yeah,
So
always looking for people to work
awesome.
there.
Absolutely. So that's a little bit about our student life. This is a little bit about campus housing. So as an undergraduate, well, as a freshman student, you are required to live on campus, but living on campus is a really great opportunity to get connected to the campus and maintain a higher GPA. We do offer 13 different residence halls on campus. So there are lots of different places that you can stay, both as a freshman and as an upperclassman student. We also have this thing called the Roommate Connection app, where once you fill out the housing application, you'll be able to meet other people who could potentially be your roommate.
That's cool.
Absolutely. We also have a lot of different campus dining opportunities as well. So the main one is going to be the Fresh Food Company. That is our dining hall on campus. And then you can also see we have different retail dining options all around campus as well. So Chick-fil-A and Subway, we have Starbucks, we have different, we just got like a bento place, which is for like sushi and bento boxes and
Oh,
stuff like
wow.
that.
Where
So
was this
there are
one
lots of
located?
things. Right, exactly. They opened that after I graduated.
That's awesome.
So I can use it as a staff member, but not as a student. But yeah, these are some of the dining options that we have on campus. We also have a lot of campus resources, so we understand that as a new student, it can definitely be a new experience, something you aren't used to. So we have a writing center on campus that's for students who have an essay to write or paper, any kind of research opportunities, things like that. And the writing center is run by graduate students in the English program, so they can help you edit any papers that you might have, or help you really get that good grade on the writing assignment that you have to do. The speaking center is the same way. You can practice speeches or presentations, any kind of speaking thing that you need to practice, they can help you do that. The math zone is the same way, but for students who are involved in that college algebra class. So we know that that can be a really difficult student or difficult class for new students.
That
And so
on you. Yeah.
exactly. So the math zone has different tutors who can help you with studying for tests or answer any questions that you might have about homework. We also have a couple of other resources here listed on the page. So the Eagle Alert System and the escort service by the policemen or women are going to be really useful to keep students safe on campus. So I would say that we have a very safe campus, but if you ever need anything, we have different blue boxes all around campus so that you can just push a button if you ever need help or feel unsafe. And then also we do have that 24-hour police escort service. So if you're studying in the library really late, a police officer will come and pick you up and take you to your car, or take you anywhere that you need to go on campus. So we have both of those options for students. All right, so here is how you can join our family for all of my seniors who are listening to this call. We do have an online application, and then application fee, your official high school transcript, and then your ACT or SAT scores. So it's really easy to apply to Southern Miss. You just have to fill out our online application that requires your personal information, and then you get your counselor to send us your transcript, and then either you or your counselor can send us your scores, and then you can get admitted to the university.
They all took the ACT Tuesday, so they should have those scores very soon.
Awesome. Yeah. And you can also go ahead and apply without having a score. And then we can just wait and get that score a little bit later. So these are going to be our awesome scholarship opportunities that we have at Southern Miss. So with the 21 on the ACT, you can automatically qualify for a scholarship if you have a 3.0 and you are admitted to the university by December 1st of your senior year. Also, it goes up so that the 30 on the ACT is going to be your full value of tuition. So these are awesome opportunities for students, and what we really encourage, or why we really encourage students to apply sooner rather than later. Also, I know that you just said that y'all took it just a couple of days ago, but you also have another opportunity with the December test for current seniors that you can go ahead and apply. And then if you were to receive a higher score in December, as long as you're already admitted to the university, then we will give you the higher scholarship that you would receive.
That's awesome.
We also have a lot of designation-based scholarships as well. So for students who are student body president or valedictorian, or were involved in Boys and Girls State or DYW, anything like that, we also do have scholarships for you. These are located in our Golden Opportunities Scholarship System. And once you're admitted to the university, you can have access to apply for all different kinds of scholarships. These are the competitive applications that I was talking about earlier. So if you apply to the Honors College and have a composite ACT score of 30 or higher, then you can apply for the Presidential Scholarship and the Honors College Discovery Scholarships. So you can see that these are going to cover a lot more living expenses or meal plans. And then the Discovery one is going to have the study abroad and the research grant stipend. So a couple of different really awesome opportunities for students to have at Southern Miss. Our Lucky Day Scholar Program is also another awesome opportunity for our Mississippi residents who have a 3.0 core GPA. And then there's also a requirement this year for a 21 on the ACT. But these are for students who have a strong academic history, who are involved in leadership or community service and want to continue that while they're in college. This is also going to provide an additional $24,000 over 4 years. So that's an additional $6,000 per year, exactly. And those can stack on other scholarships that you receive as well. So it's a great opportunity for Mississippi residents. This is something that's super important. We're really trying to get all of our students to fill out the FAFSA and the Mississippi State Aid application if they're Mississippi residents. So these applications have already opened for our seniors who are going to college next year. And what I always say is that students might be concerned that maybe they don't apply or don't qualify for scholarships or financial aid, I mean. And so I always say that it doesn't hurt you to go ahead and fill out that application, and you can also be considered for different grants or loans that you might not even know that you would receive.
Yeah,
so go ahead and fill those out earlier rather than later. Here's a little bit about Hattiesburg. So like I said earlier, I did originally come from outside of Atlanta, but I've loved my time in Hattiesburg. It's a very artsy town. It's a good community environment that's really involved in the university, but there's really something for everyone to do. So if you're an outdoorsy person, we have Paul B. Johnson State Park and the Longleaf Trace. We also have different live music events throughout the year. Also different, the Sanger Theater that you can see is based on the one in New Orleans.
And
And so
every
there are
restaurant
different.
you could possibly imagine is in Hattiesburg. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Absolutely. Yeah. We have like 200 different locally owned restaurants, as well as all the commercial restaurants that you would need. We also have the Lucky Rabbit. So that's a like antique kind of flea market type deal. But they have the best t-shirts in Hattiesburg. The t-shirt I'm wearing today that just has the Southern Miss logo on it was from the Lucky Rabbit. So if you're ever in town on the weekend, definitely go for that. And here are just some important dates for students, for seniors specifically. So the December 1st is going to be our freshman admissions deadline. So you have to be admitted to the university by that date to qualify for our scholarships. Really, the next thing that you can be looking forward to is the competitive scholarship application that's due on January 15th. So those are the Honors College and the Lucky Day scholarships. Also, the priority housing deadline is February 15th. If you're admitted to the university, you can apply for housing, and I definitely suggest you go ahead and do that. And then finally, May 1st is your deadline to accept scholarships and register for orientation. And that basically just says that you're ready to join our Golden Eagle family. You can definitely stay connected with us. I can also send out my work contact information as well, so that you all have that.
But
But
box if you want, everybody can see it right now.
absolutely, I can go ahead and do that. But this is just how you can stay connected with our student tour guides and on social media. And then this is the last slide that if you like what you saw, definitely go ahead and apply today. But I'll go ahead and put my contact information. And was I able to take questions, or does anyone have any questions?
I've got a lot of questions from him, and I have a few as well.
Awesome.
And I know you're a freshman admissions counselor, and I know you guys have a great relationship with Jones Junior College and Southwest and some of those.
Absolutely.
What type of relationship do you guys have with Holmes and Hines for somebody wanting to do the community college route and then transfer into Southern Miss?
Yeah, so kind of in the same way as like Jones and all the other community colleges, we really do have an awesome relationship with them. If students have taken dual enrollment courses or end up transferring, then we can accept their courses into our program. One thing that I will say is that you can definitely begin at a 2-year institution. I would just suggest to apply to as many institutions as you really feel like you want to apply, because that's just going to give you a lot of opportunities to see what financial scholarships you or financial aid or scholarships that you could receive. It may be cheaper for you to attend community college now, and we definitely understand that, but we also have some great transfer opportunities as well, as far as scholarships go. So really, if you have a 3.0 and you decide at your transfer institution and you decide to transfer to Southern Miss, we will offer you a $2,000 scholarship per semester. If you're involved in Phi Theta Kappa, then we have more scholarships for you. If you're an officer in Phi Theta Kappa. So while if you do decide to go the community college route and then transfer in, then definitely you would just need to reapply whenever you're ready to be admitted. And then we can look at your transcript and potentially give you a scholarship for that.
That's awesome. And now, and you talked a little bit about this, but as far as Hattiesburg, it's one of those places because we have students that want to go to some of these other schools, but if somebody wants to go to Alcorn, they're gonna have to have a car. If they want to go,
Right.
and things like that. But in Hattiesburg, first of all, at Southern Miss, you can walk everywhere.
Exactly.
They didn't have the police escort service when I was there, but that's a huge safety issue. But it's with 1 square mile, everything's walkable. And then
Right.
how easy is it to get around in Hattiesburg? I mean, I can speak on it, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is really easy. We do let freshmen have cars on campus, but it's definitely not a requirement or anything like that. We also have a relationship with the Hub City Transit, which is like our public transportation in Hattiesburg. So we have several buses that run on campus now. And then they also connect to the actual Hattiesburg transit line. So you can go pretty much anywhere in Hattiesburg that you want to go to for free as a student.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna get to some of their questions, and these are all seniors.
Okay.
Oh, and one more thing before I get to these.
Yeah.
Uh, and the videos that Southern Miss puts out really shows this, but how really diverse is the campus? Because I know even 20 years ago when I was there, I was going to MPHC, IFC, PC party.
Yeah.
Everybody partied with everybody. It was a real welcoming, diverse campus, and it also a lot of international students. So even coming from Madison County Schools for the most part is a kind of diverse school district. But
Yeah.
how does that transfer over into Southern Miss as far as being a diverse campus?
Absolutely. So Southern Miss is going to be the most racially diverse institution in the state of Mississippi. But we also have, in addition to that, a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds. And I would say that we also have a very inclusive environment as well. So there are 200 different organizations that you can join where you're going to meet all different people. And so I would say that Southern Miss is a really good institution if you're looking for that diverse student body that's also very inclusive and accepting of other people.
Absolutely. I could not agree with that statement more. All right, but here's some of these questions, and these are really good. Again, these are all seniors.
Awesome.
Julia Jackson, and she asked, what is the main thing that would lead a student to choose Southern Miss?
Yeah, so I think from my experience, really getting to tour the campus, that sold me on Southern Miss. I was not even interested in Southern Miss before going on my campus visit. And when I left, I just remember telling my dad how much I wanted to go to Southern Miss and that I was ready to go tomorrow if I could. But I think really the first thing that kind of struck me, specifically just meeting all the admissions people, was how welcoming everyone was. I felt like I was more than just a number and that I could really make my mark on campus. I was also very shy and introverted. And so I was able to come out of my shell by joining different organizations. And I had lots of different supporting people through organizations, but really just staff and faculty who were interested in me growing and wanted to help that. And so I think that really the coming to see Southern Miss and how beautiful our campus is, and then also just meeting all the people. I think people for me is the biggest thing, is that if I was ever struggling in a class, I could find someone who would help me to do that, or if I was missing home because I was about 6 hours away, so farther than you all would be coming from. But definitely college is still a transition, and so I just felt like for me, it was definitely people who made all the difference. And so I think in every space on campus, you're going to find those welcoming and warm people who are going to help make Southern Miss your home.
Yeah, and that's good you said that too, because you said people coming farther. Hattiesburg is going to be the closest of all the college towns for universities compared to
Yeah.
Madison County. So you can make it as far away from home as you want it, but it's not like we're talking about going away where you can never come back. Uh,
Right. Absolutely.
this is a good one. This is Laquarius Harris, and he asked, "What are the average class sizes?"
Yeah, so we do have a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And the average class size is going to be about 20 to 25 students. So not too, not not really too much bigger than what your normal high school classes are going to be, and probably about the same. Really the biggest classes that you're going to get are going to be your first kind of intro level courses in either freshman or sophomore year, where you'll have kind of bigger lecture halls. But really, even then, we only have spaces to fit about 80 to 100 students. And I think my biggest classes were about that many, and I only had like two of them throughout my whole Southern Miss experience. So you're going to get a lot of those smaller class sizes, especially as you get into your major, that are going to be really good or beneficial for students because you get to meet your professors and form a relationship with them. They can write you recommendation letters for grad school or jobs. And so I think that that is something that really stuck out to me about Southern Miss as well, was that I was more than just a number. Like my professors weren't going to know me by my like student ID number. They were going to know me by, this is my name and this is my this is what I want to do with my major, and like all the things like that.
Oh, yeah, I agree. This is Terrence Mack, and this is another great question. It says, "Is there anything
Awesome.
that you learned in school after you started that you wish you would have known before you went?"
Yeah, absolutely. I wish I would have known that more time management. I think that that was something that I really struggled with my freshman year, because you have I was used to having high school classes where we'd be in for 8 hours a day at this 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Well, in college, you can kind of make your own schedule. So you can choose the classes that work best for you. And so I would only be in class for maybe 2 to 3 hours a day. And some days I wouldn't even have class. And so I struggled with having all of that freedom with making sure that my work was done, and also not really taking for granted that I wouldn't say college classes are necessarily harder than high school classes, but they just really require you to think and require you to put in a lot of outside work. So it was just basically just, if I had learned how to balance earlier rather than later, then that would have definitely helped out my college career. So you really need to, during those first couple of weeks, if you are struggling, ask for help, and then also kind of figure out what works best for you.
Okay, uh, that's a great answer. This is Fred Page, and he asked, "What are the dorms like at USM?"
Yeah, so there are a couple different options for freshman students. We do have 13 different residence halls. So students can live on campus all 4 years. I lived on campus for 3 out of my 4 years. But for freshman students, we have three different options. So there's the Century Park Complex. That's going to be our newest residence hall on campus. It's going to have the private bathrooms that you and your roommate share. So it's definitely one of our more expensive options. The other option is the Hillcrest Hall. That is kind of on the edge of campus, but it's going to have kind of the suite style setup. So there'll be two roommates in one room, two roommates in another room, and you'll be connected by a bathroom.
But it's got a
Um,
cafeteria in Hillcrest.
there is, yes.
Oh,
So that is an option for students, and that is really a great option to have that opportunity. Um, I think not I think, sorry, the other option is going to be Wilbur Hall. So that is going to be one of our more affordable options. Both Hillcrest and Wilbur Hall are more affordable options, but the Wilbur Hall is going to be the traditional community style bathrooms, like on the outside, and it's a little bit older as well.
okay. This is a great question, and he's a great student, but he's an introvert. And he asks, this is Michael Williams. He asks, "How do you adjust to classes if you are a quiet person?"
Yeah, Michael, I feel you. I was also that way. I really think that if you struggle with kind of being a shy person or a quieter person, that that is totally okay. I think that for me, coming out of my shell was really because I kind of had to take that step where I would go up to my professors or visit them during office hours just so they knew who I was and I could ask them for help if I was struggling. So if you struggle with kind of asking questions during lectures or just don't want to be that, if that's not you, to be that kind of louder person, then what I would suggest is to make those relationships with your professors early so they know who you are. Some professors are going to have like participation points or stuff like that, so definitely go up and kind of explain your situation. I found that all of my professors were very understanding, and so if I ever felt like I was going to struggle in a class or something like that, as long as I had talked to those professors beforehand, they're able to help you. And so that is what I would say, is that professors really do care about you and they want you to succeed in their class. And so even though it might be kind of scary to go and ask for help, to go and do that, because if you ask sooner rather than later, they'll be able to help you more.
Yeah, and I would say even extending that is that with the student organizations, there's organizations for literally every single person on campus. I know the Greek
Yeah.
club is really big, but if you're not a Greek person and you're a quiet person, there are clubs and organizations that meet with everything you could possibly imagine. And also, I do know it's also very easy to start a student organization.
Yes,
It's,
absolutely.
that is a huge, like, I can speak from experience. The student organization at Southern Miss was the way I got into grad school. So it is, connections
Absolutely.
are very real. And they also, the university has direct relationship with local businesses that are Southern Miss alums that love giving jobs to even on a part-time basis to Southern Miss alums. So um, the connections and the networking is extremely important, even if you are a quiet person. If anybody watching now
Yeah.
or watching later. Now, and then something that the other teachers have asked me to ask, and I almost forgot. For students that are not English as their first language, what type of services would be available for non-English? Because we have some English second language students watching. What would be some services for them?
Yeah. So there is an awesome I guess support system for students like that. So we do have a really big international student population. I know that these students might not necessarily be considered international students, but we have lots of resources for really all students. Really the biggest suggestion that I have for those students is to get connected with our international center on campus, because they're going to be able to have translators who can help if there's a language barrier at home or even just in the classroom or anything like that. And I would definitely suggest that they talk to them first. We have an English language institute on campus that students can be a part of, where English is not their native language. And so they get specific support and help that can kind of ease that transition when they're moving to college and they don't, especially if English is not your first language, then it can definitely provide that language barrier, which can then make college itself more difficult. So I would suggest going to the International Center or looking up the website for that, and they can connect you with resources on
Yeah, and
campus.
I appreciate that, because we don't have any here, but we have several in the school district that we have a lot of Spanish speakers, Chinese speakers, and other
Yeah,
that even if they've lived here their entire life, that community is very large on campus.
absolutely.
Honestly, I was shocked. I'd never been around that many international students, but they are a great presence and they do a lot for the non-English speaking first language students there on campus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and again, and we're almost out of time, Madison. We thank you so much for joining us today. I have your information on my screen, so they're able to see it, so they can get it and kind of,
Yeah,
and like I always say on all of these, any college visits are excused by Madison County Schools. If you want to contact her to get a visit, either virtual
yeah,
or in person, and uh, and and I can tell you as a Southern Miss alum, Southern Miss was a very big deal to me, and I'm very proud to call myself a Southern Miss alum. And
absolutely.
hopefully they can come down to homecoming tomorrow and see some of the stuff going on, see the Eagle Walk and the district and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But as always, to the top.
Yeah, to the top. And thank y'all so much for listening. And if y'all do need anything, feel free to reach out.
All right. Hopefully I might run into you on campus tomorrow.
All right, I'll see you then. Y'all
All
have a
right.
great day.
See ya.
Bye.